Begin by allowing yourself to arrive fully into this moment, gently adjusting your body so that you feel completely supported, whether you are lying down or sitting comfortably, letting your hands rest softly, letting your legs be at ease. And when you are ready, slowly closing your eyes or lowering your gaze and taking a long, slow breath in through your nose, feeling the coolness of the air as it enters, and then exhaling through your mouth with a soft, unforced sigh, as though you are setting something heavy down. And again, breathing in, deeper this time, drawing the breath all the way down into your belly and breathing out even more slowly, allowing your shoulders to drop, your jaw to loosen, your forehead to smooth. And once more, inhaling gently, steadily, unhurried, and exhaling fully, completely, as if the exhale is a long wave receding back into the ocean. And now letting your breathing find its own slow, natural rhythm, easy and continuous, like a tide that knows exactly when to rise and when to fall, and giving yourself permission to do absolutely nothing except notice, except feel, except breathe. And with each passing breath, sensing that you are settling more deeply into stillness, more deeply into quiet, more deeply into yourself. And bringing your awareness to the very top of your head, to the crown, imagining a soft, warm light resting there, like early morning sunlight touching calm water. And as you inhale, sensing a subtle expansion across the scalp, and as you exhale, feeling the scalp soften and spread, noticing faint tingling or gentle pulsing, or perhaps simple neutrality, and allowing whatever sensation is present to be exactly as it is, and imagining that with each inhale, a gentle golden warmth pours in through the crown, and with each exhale, that warmth slowly spreads outward, relaxing every tiny muscle fiber it touches. And drifting your attention across the forehead, smoothing it from the center outward, letting the skin grow wide and uncreased, and breathing out as if warm water is flowing across it, dissolving lines of effort, and noticing the temples softening further with every exhale, letting go of the habit of holding, letting go of the need to plan or remember or anticipate, and bringing awareness to the space between your eyebrows and gently widening that space with a long, slow exhale, as if a small knot is being patiently untied, and allowing the eyebrows themselves to rest naturally against the skin. And then sensing the weight of your eyelids, heavy and relaxed, floating downward like soft curtains closing at dusk, and feeling the eyes resting back in their sockets, no longer needing to focus or respond, simply resting in darkness or gentle light, and taking a slow breath in as if bathing the eyes in cool shade, and breathing out as if washing away any strain from seeing, and noticing your cheeks softening and dropping, the muscles beneath them warming and loosening, and bringing attention to your nose and the sensation of air entering and leaving, cool on the inhale and slightly warmer on the exhale, and allowing your breathing to remain steady and slow, each inhale arriving softly, each exhale leaving even more softly, and letting your tongue rest gently in your mouth, heavy and relaxed, no longer pressing or gripping, and bringing awareness to your jaw, the hinge on each side, and inhaling deeply and exhaling slowly while letting the teeth part slightly and the jaw hang just enough to release effort, as if gravity is kindly holding it for you. And noticing how that softening spreads upward into the cheeks and downward into the neck, and sensing your lips and allowing them to rest easily, perhaps with the faintest hint of a peaceful smile, and shifting attention to your ears, noticing sounds without labeling them, letting each sound rise and fade naturally like distant waves, and remaining undisturbed, and bringing awareness to the back of your head at the base of the skull, imagining a warm hand resting there, and with every exhale, letting the small muscles melt and release, and feeling your head become perfectly balanced, and moving slowly down into your neck, sensing the front of the throat, the sides, the back, and breathing in as if creating space between each vertebrae, and breathing out as if the neck lengthens and softens, and allowing the throat to be open and easy, and drifting awareness outward to your shoulders, noticing their position, inhaling gently and letting them lift slightly, and exhaling and allowing them to drop heavy and wide, and repeating this slow lifting and dropping once more, and imagining any burdens sliding off your shoulders and dissolving into the ground, and guiding awareness down into your upper arms, sensing their weight and warmth, and with each exhale letting the muscles loosen as though tension is draining away, and moving to the elbows and forearms and wrists, softening each joint and muscle, and bringing attention to your hands, feeling the palms warm and alive, breathing into them as if filling them with soft light, and breathing out as if the hands melt and spread, and moving awareness through each finger slowly from base to tip, lingering in each fingertip, and allowing them to uncurl and rest naturally, and sensing both hands together as a single field of relaxed sensation, and returning awareness to your breath in the chest, noticing the gentle rise and fall, deepening the breath slightly without strain, and sensing your rib cage expanding outward like delicate wings and settling inward again, and imagining the breath as a calm ocean tide flowing in and flowing out. and bringing attention to the center of your chest and simply noticing what is present there, offering softness and kindness with each exhale, and breathing in compassion and breathing out release, and moving awareness to your shoulder blades and imagining space between them as you inhale and letting them slide downward as you exhale, and slowly guiding attention down your spine vertebra by vertebra, imagining a warm current flowing downward, dissolving tightness, and bringing awareness to your abdomen, allowing it to be soft and expansive on the inhale and gently deflating on the exhale, and breathing deeply into the belly again and releasing any hidden holding, and sensing the sides of your waist expanding and imagining warmth spreading across your lower back like sunlight on stone and letting those muscles melt, and bringing attention to your pelvis and allowing it to feel heavy and grounded, breathing into the hips and creating space in the joints, and breathing out, letting them soften and open, and guiding awareness into your thighs and feeling their strength and heaviness, allowing them to grow softer with each exhale as though warm water is flowing slowly over them, and moving to your knees and letting them be cushioned and comfortable, and down into your calves and shins, breathing out as if tension can flow downward and away, and imagining the calves warming and loosening, and bringing awareness to your ankles and into your feet, feeling the tops of the feet and the soles and the heels and arches, allowing the feet to be heavy and relaxed, and sensing each toe from the big toe to the smallest and letting them spread and soften, and imagining gentle roots extending from the soles deep into the earth, anchoring you. And now sensing your entire body from head to toe as one connected field of sensation, breathing slowly and evenly, imagining that with each inhale, calm, soothing energy flows through you from crown to soles, and with each exhale, any remaining tension flows downward and out through the feet into the ground. And taking another deeper breath in and a longer breath out, and resting in this steady rhythm. And beginning now a second, slower journey through the body from head to toe, noticing subtler layers of sensation, feeling the scalp from front to back and side to side, and noticing micro sensations like tiny sparks of aliveness, and softening the skin around the forehead again even further as though smoothing silk, and relaxing the eyelids deeper as though they are gently weighted, and sensing the inner space behind the eyes growing vast and quiet like a night sky, and relaxing the jaw even more and letting the tongue rest like a leaf floating on still water, and softening the throat and the back of the neck and feeling warmth trickle downward into the shoulders and arms and hands once more, and allowing the chest to widen and the heart space to feel open and unguarded, and breathing slowly into the ribs and spine and belly and hips, and relaxing deeper into the thighs and knees and calves and feet, and imagining your whole body wrapped in a cocoon of warm light that pulses gently with each breath, expanding on the inhale and settling on the exhale, and remaining here for many slow breaths, letting waves of relaxation roll from head to toe again and again, each wave smoothing, each wave softening, each wave carrying you deeper into stillness, and sensing that you are supported by the ground beneath you and by the rhythm of your own breathing and by the quiet awareness that is noticing all of this, and resting in that awareness, calm and steady, as your body remains heavy and relaxed, breathing slow and even, floating in warm, quiet spaciousness. And continuing to rest here for as long as you need, breathing gently, releasing gradually, settle deeply in comfort and ease. And now allowing yourself to remain with the full body feeling a little longer, not rushing forward, not trying to finish, simply letting time stretch and soften, and returning again to the breath as a gentle metronome, breathing in slowly as if you are drawing in calm through the nose, and breathing out slowly as if you are pouring out tension through the mouth. And if it feels comfortable, letting the exhale be just a little longer than the inhale, as if you are teaching the nervous system the language of safety, and feeling the breath like a warm ribbon moving through the body. And beginning a third, even slower scan, this time lingering longer in each area, as if you are giving every part of you a chance to be heard and soothed. And starting again at the crown of the head, sensing the scalp like a wide, soft field, noticing the tiny hairs, the skin, the subtle temperature, and imagining that warm light at the crown becoming slightly brighter, slightly warmer, as if the sun is rising gently above you, and breathing in and feeling that warmth sink a little deeper, and breathing out and letting the scalp relax further, and slowly moving your awareness to the forehead again, noticing how it feels now compared to before. Perhaps smoother, perhaps softer, perhaps simply different. And on the next exhale, letting the forehead widen as if it is unfurling, as if it is opening like a calm horizon, and noticing the eyebrows and the space between them, and breathing out as if you are releasing a small hidden effort there, and letting the eyelids be heavy and still, and imagining that behind the eyes there is a spacious, quiet darkness like a peaceful night sky, and that with each inhale you are breathing in cool starlight, and with each exhale you are releasing any leftover strain, and sensing the cheeks, letting them soften, letting the muscles along the cheekbones melt, and noticing the nose and the gentle airflow, and allowing the breath to become a little slower still, a little softer still, as if you are breathing through velvet, and bringing awareness to the jaw again, feeling the hinges on both sides, and with the next long exhale, letting the jaw drop a fraction more, letting the teeth separate, letting the tongue rest, heavy and quiet, and sensing the throat, open and easy, as if it is a wide, clear channel, and imagining the breath moving through the throat like warm air moving through a quiet room, and then letting attention drift to the ears, noticing sound as a distant texture, and returning again to the back of the head and the base of the skull, letting that area soften and spread, and imagining warmth flowing down into the neck and feeling the neck lengthen and noticing the shoulders again. And on an inhale, feeling them lift slightly, and on a slow exhale, letting them drop and melt. And repeating this once more, and noticing if there is any remaining tightness in the tops of the shoulders or around the shoulder blades, and sending the breath there. Breathing in as if you are inflating that space, and breathing out as if you are letting it deflate and relax, and moving awareness down the upper arms, sensing their weight and letting them feel heavy and supported, and moving through the elbows, the forearms, the wrists, and the hands, and imagining that the hands are warm and open as if resting in sunlight, and noticing the fingertips and the subtle pulsing there, and letting the fingers soften. And now returning to the chest, feeling the gentle rise and fall, and taking a deeper breath in, feeling the ribs widen, and a slower breath out, feeling the ribs settle, and imagining that the breath is like a slow tide, filling the chest and then receding, and sensing the heart area again, offering its softness as if you are wrapping it in warmth, and then sensing the upper back and the spine, imagining a warm stream flowing down the spine, vertebra by vertebra, smoothing and soothing, and bringing awareness to the belly again, letting it be soft, letting it rise on the inhale and fall on the exhale, and noticing the lower ribs and the diaphragm, and imagining the breath massaging the inside of the body, and moving attention to the lower back and letting it soften, and to the pelvis and hips, letting them be heavy and grounded, and imagining that the pelvis is like a bowl filled with warm water, steady and calm. And now moving into the thighs again, sensing the muscles and letting them relax, and perhaps noticing subtle sensations like warmth, heaviness, gentle buzzing, or a sense of spaciousness. And moving to the knees, softening them, and to the calves, letting them loosen, and to the ankles and into the feet, feeling the soles, the heels, the arches, and letting the feet be heavy and still. And sensing the toes, letting them spread, and imagining roots extending down into the earth. And now returning to the full body awareness again, feeling the whole body as one connected system, breathing slowly and imagining that with each inhale you are breathing in a calm golden light, and with each exhale you are releasing a soft gray mist of tension. And continuing for several breaths, inhale calm, exhale release, inhale ease, exhale, letting go. And now allowing yourself to rest in stillness for a longer stretch, letting the breath come and go, and if thoughts arise, letting them drift like clouds across a wide sky, and returning gently to sensation. And now beginning a fourth scan, this time from the feet upward, very slowly, noticing the toes, the soles, the heels, the ankles, and feeling the feet as a foundation. And breathing in as if drawing steadiness up from the earth, and breathing out as if sinking deeper into support. And moving to the calves, sensing their shape, their warmth, their weight, and letting them soften. And moving to the knees, the shins, and up into the thighs, feeling the thighs heavy and relaxed, and noticing the hips, the pelvis, the lower belly, and letting the belly be soft and safe, and moving up to the waist, the lower back, the middle back, and feeling the breath moving through the ribs, and sensing the chest, the heart, the shoulders, and letting everything remain open and easy. And moving down the arms to the hands, and then up through the neck to the face, and to the crown again. And now letting the whole body settle, and taking 3 very slow breaths, each one slower than the last, inhaling gently, exhaling longer, inhaling gently, exhaling longer, inhaling gently, exhaling longest of all, and resting again, and continuing to rest in this quiet comfort, breathing slowly, releasing gradually, letting wave after wave of relaxation pass through you. And now, rather than ending, allowing the practice to deepen even further as you move into an even slower phase, where the pauses between phrases can be longer, where the breath can be softer, where the attention can linger, and beginning a 5th scan from the crown downward with the intention of noticing subtler sensations, smaller textures, and the quiet spaces between sensations, and returning again to the crown of the head and imagining that warm light there becoming steadier, like a small sun resting gently above you, and breathing in as if you are drawing warmth into the scalp, and breathing out as if the scalp is melting, and slowly sensing the top of the head, the sides of the head, the back of the head, and the delicate skin around the hairline, and noticing any places that still feel tight or guarded, and letting the breath touch them. And then moving attention to the forehead and imagining it as a wide, calm lake, and with each exhale smoothing the surface until it becomes completely still, and sensing the eyebrows and the space between them, and letting that space soften as if it is opening like a small window, and feeling the eyelids heavy and still, and sensing the eyes resting back, and imagining cool darkness behind the eyes like deep water, and letting the cheeks soften and the jaw release again, and noticing the tongue resting, and sensing the throat open and clear, and letting the neck soften, and feeling the shoulders drop and widen, and allowing the arms to be heavy and the hands to be open. And now taking a long, slow breath in and feeling it fill the chest, and a long, slow breath out and feeling it empty, and repeating this for several cycles, inhaling as if you are breathing in calm, exhaling as if you are breathing out anything you do not need, and letting the heart space soften, and letting the ribs widen, and letting the belly be soft, and letting the hips be heavy, and letting the legs be relaxed, and letting the feet be grounded. And then moving attention slowly through the face again, this time noticing the tiny muscles around the eyes, around the mouth, around the ears, and letting each one soften. And then noticing the scalp again and letting it relax, and then moving down the neck, feeling the skin and the muscles and the gentle curve of the spine, and breathing in as if lengthening, breathing out as if releasing, and then moving to the shoulders and the upper back, sensing the shoulder blades and imagining them floating on warm water and letting them settle down and wide, and then sensing the middle back, the lower back, and imagining warmth spreading there like a slow sunrise, and moving into the pelvis and hips, feeling the joints open and soft, and then into the thighs, feeling the muscles heavy and warm, and into the knees, the calves, the ankles, and the feet. And now pausing again with the whole body and taking several very slow breaths and allowing the pauses after each exhale to be slightly longer, resting in the stillness after the breath, and then inhaling again and exhaling again, and resting again. And now beginning a sixth scan, this time focusing on the sensations of weight and support, noticing where the body is touching the surface beneath you, noticing the back of the head, the shoulders, the arms, the spine, the pelvis, the legs, the heels, and feeling how the surface is holding you without effort, and with each exhale, letting yourself be held more completely, and imagining that the body is sinking into a soft, warm mattress of air, and that gravity is kind, and that you do not need to hold yourself up. And then beginning a seventh scan, this time focusing on the sensations of softness and fluidity, noticing the air on the skin, the gentle flow of the breath, the subtle movements of internal organs, and letting a wave of softness wash through the whole body, from the top of the head to the tips of the toes, and down and down and down. This time, focusing on temperature, noticing warmth or coolness on the scalp, the face, the neck, the chest, the belly, the hips, the legs, and the feet, and imagining that warmth is gently spreading to any cooler areas, like a blanket being slowly pulled up over you. And then beginning an eighth scan, this time focusing on subtle movement, noticing the tiny movements of breath in the chest and belly, noticing the slight movement of the ribs, noticing the gentle pulse in the hands or feet, noticing the quiet rhythm of life moving through you, and letting that rhythm be soothing. And now beginning a ninth scan, this time focusing on softness, inviting softness into the scalp, the forehead, the eyes, the jaw, the throat, the shoulders, the chest, the belly, the hips, the thighs, the knees, the calves, and the feet. And with each exhale, repeating silently, soften, 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 and letting the whole body respond. And now beginning a 10th scan, this time imagining that each exhale is a warm wave moving from the head down to the feet, and each inhale is a gentle wave moving from the feet back up to the head, and letting the breath carry your attention slowly back and forth, down and up, like rocking in a hammock, and continuing for many slow breaths. And if you notice thoughts, letting them float away, returning to the rocking rhythm of breath and body. And now resting again in full body awareness, feeling the body as one warm, heavy, relaxed whole, breathing slowly and allowing yourself to remain here for a long, quiet stretch. And when you are ready to finish, taking 3 slow breaths and gently returning to the room, carrying this calm with you until you feel deeply settled, calm, and at ease.